I am still in my robe, okay? And that's only because it's 10 o'clock at night and I literally only put makeup on just to film this video and I'm gonna take it right off. So I just felt fake trying to stage and wear this whole entire outfit. Plus, how well does this robe match with my hair right now? I don't know, I felt it was perfect. Plus, this video is all about the holidays, so I feel like, you know, when you're in the holidays, you want to be wearing a robe and just being all cozy. So in today's video, I'm just going to be giving you guys this little makeup tutorial. You know, they don't do that great on my channel, but I do get some people asking me from like time to time to do a look, and this is actually a look that you guys requested last year. I did amp it up to make it a little bit more holiday and a little bit more va-va-voom, and then also I decided to actually tie in how I do my nails, so they're kind of like holiday nails. You could obviously tweak the color if you want, and that will be at the end of the video. So we're just gonna get into it. As always, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia waterproof cream color in Honey. I don't know actually if you could even get this anywhere anymore, because I know last time I did a tutorial using this, I actually could not find it online. So I'm sorry about that. I also do use like the MAC, the whole paint pot thing. You know, it's like the same thing. I'm gonna go in with the Tati Beauty palette. I have not played with it that much. All I know is that these colors right here, all of these are so amazing. I'm gonna go in with Soothe, which is just this, I guess, you know, you could call it a transition color, and using this BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. I'm barely using like any on my brush. I'm just trying to almost add a little bit of the definition, and also my brush does look a little bit pink, but don't worry, I like rubbed the crap out of it on like a little color switch thing to make sure that I have nothing. Now using that same brush, I'm gonna go in with the color Story, which is just this orangey shade in the palette. I want to use an orange just to kind of tie in with my roots, since they are a little bit pink and I want to stay clear of any pink shades for today's like little holiday look, because I swear I've been literally using a pink color on my lid like every time I do my makeup, so I'm kind of sick of it. So I just want to try something different. I'm just kind of buffing it onto the lid. I'm not trying to be crazy or anything like that. I'm gonna go in with the color Ritual, which is just this brown shade, kind of tone down the orangeness on my lid. Using a much fluffier brush. This is a BH Cosmetics one, again came in a set. So as you can see, I'm like barely using any, and I kind of showed this in my last video, but I use like the end of anything and I kind of just press it to create a little bit of a sharp line. I got this trick off of Carly Bible, and I don't know, it just is so easy if you want to do like a really snatched look. Like, it just creates such a nice line. Again, I'm using like a very light hand, and I'm just lightly adding more color to kind of create and give it a little bit more depth. This is the Marc Jacobs sequins in Topaz Flash. Oh my gosh. There's just something about it where it has like a hint of purple, but then it's just like the perfect bronzy shade. I actually also have it in the color Glam Noir, and it is the black version of it. I just want to give you guys like a little swatch of this. I just have it right here, and just, ooh, do you see that? It is so pretty, and there's like nothing left on my finger. Obviously I didn't touch it on that end. If I just take it and just keep rubbing it in, like, do you see how pretty that is? It is perfectly even. Honestly, this is like my go-to holiday. Last year I would honestly swipe like a light brown shade on my lid, and then I would just put this over it, and boom, I was out the door, and it looked like I put so much effort into it. A swatch of that one, like, are you kidding me? And then if you have like a purple type color underneath it and then pack this on top, oh, it's even more bomb. And this pretty much is a look itself. Like, as you can see, it just has such a nice glossy feel to it. If you're not really with the orange, it could just be like a nice brown. Put on some foundation, some lashes, and you're good to go. But because I want to kind of amp it up and do a little bit, you know, just a little bit more extra, I'm actually gonna put on some gel liner. So this is the e.l.f. in Coffee. Kind of drag it out a little bit, and I am using a brown liner because I do want this to be a little bit more toned down. If I use black, it's gonna look really heavy. And I'm only gonna be taking the eyeliner in halfway. I used to do it like all around, but I noticed that when I do it half, it just makes my eyes look better. I'm gonna pop in with this one because it's kind of similar. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, but to the one that I have on my eyelids now. We're gonna go in just like this, just like barely any. Like, I already have so much on my finger, and I'm just gonna start. Oh, is she serious right now? Okay, we're just gonna tap it a little bit on the top like this. It just really added that extra like va-va-voom that it needed. Like, this is very like soft and subtle, and then this is like boom. And going back in with that eyeliner to kind of touch it up right here, but I don't really mind that it kind of fades it out like that. This is pretty much the time where if I wanted to darken it up a little bit, I could go in with the brown a little bit more and kind of just darken it up, but I want a more like softer glam, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna be popping these eyelashes on. I do not have the box to show you guys what they are, but I believe I used them in my last video. I can actually only find these at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and like stores like that. There is one website online, but it just looks sketchy, so I've never ordered it from there. So unfortunately, it just kind of sucks. I really want to show you like the band because it's such a thin band, and those are the eyelashes that I typically like to wear because the thicker the band, the more my eyelashes, the more my eyes just start to look crazier. So I really like a more thinner band, and as you can see, it just like instantly transforms the eyes. I'm gonna do my entire foundation as well as my eyebrows just because I always say this, but nothing has ever changed, okay? I'll link the video of like my whole foundation routine down below because I literally don't change anything. I'm gonna use a more like stiffer type brush. Again, it's just a Random Beach Cosmetics brush, and I'm gonna go in with the orange Story one, and I'm just gonna smoke it all the way underneath. And I'm just using that same e.l.f. gel eyeliner and putting it right in my waterline. And I make sure to kind of drag it down a little bit past the waterline so I could smoke it out later. I'm gonna be taking a little bit of Ritual, which is that dark brown shade, and kind of putting it directly underneath. This is seriously my favorite formula of highlighter ever. Steal a Kitten, there's something about this highlight. It's the like the weird like putty ones, like when you press on it. I don't know, I just really love this because it's the only one of this type of formula that has not shattered on me, okay? The Jouer one has shattered, the Becca one has shattered, and I think it's just the way that they are like made. It's just so soft, so it's easily prone to being shattered. But the way that this one is made, again, because it is like a putty, like when I press it, look, let's see, okay, it's just changing up on me, but I don't know if that did anything, but you can see it kind of like, it's really weird. So the way that it's pressed, it just makes it just bomb. I thought I was filming and I wasn't, so I highlighted both of the inner corners and I didn't get it on camera. So there is that, and then I kind of wiped this corner off because I want to show you how it works on camera. I love it. Like, look, when I press it in, it just instantly, like, do you see that? Just highlights it and makes everything look so much better. I don't know how I used to go a day without highlighting my inner corner because I feel like it really, at the end of the day, just completes the look. I always highlight with a fan brush. I will link this one down below. This is a Morphe one, but it has completely rubbed off, so I don't remember the name of it, but I'll find it and I'll link it down below. I feel like I can't go a day without highlighting my nose either. I just like to do a lot on like the ball of it, and I like to dust it. Again, I don't like a crazy blinding highlight. I like it to almost look like my skin is just glowing. So, I mean, that's obviously what highlighter is doing, but I like a more natural highlight, if that makes sense. And then any excess I always do on my forehead. For the finishing touch, I'm just going to like make my beauty marks appear more darker because the foundation covered it up. And then I'm also gonna add some fake freckles. You can use any brown shade. I actually just ordered the Freck that everyone always talks about because it was on sale. So I am excited to get that because I always put fake freckles on my face and everybody and their mom uses Freck. So I just want to see if it's good enough, or if you can just use a brown eyeshadow and it will do the same thing. So I will definitely keep you guys updated. Now for the lips, I'm going to use Subculture by MAC. It's like literally the same color as my lips. I just do it to give it a little bit more of a definition. So if you guys watched my last video, you would know that the NYX butter glosses are some of my favorites. I am going to be using Madeline again just because I feel like it's going to go best with this look. But I also love the Tiramisu, the Creme Brulee. So these three, the one that I'm going to be using is the Madeline, are like my top three. I'm not kidding. I'm almost out of like every single one. I don't really wear a lot of liquid lipsticks. It's not my thing. I just like to use lip liner and then gloss and I'm out the door just because, you know, my lips are very dry and I don't want the dryness of my lips to be shown even more when I put a liquid lipstick on. The Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are like the only ones that I honestly use. They are the best in my opinion. If I had like lip fillers, then maybe other ones would work just because every single liquid lip that I have tried settles into my lines, and if I had lip fillers they would be a little bit more puffy, so I feel like I wouldn't have that problem. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I feel like when you have lip fillers, liquid lipstick just automatically looks better. And that is pretty much the completed look of like the entire thing. So I feel like it's very, I don't know, just warm, and I feel like it's a lot of makeup but it's also not super heavy. Like I feel like it's very like inner glow. I don't know, that could just be me saying that. Anyways, I'm gonna do my hair and then I'm gonna get into how I do my nails. The first thing you're gonna want to do is obviously really easy. You're gonna need to get the nails. So the ones I get are the Elite Overlap, and I remember Amber Scholl saying something very important about how it has to have the overlap. I think it's because they are a little bit more hard. I don't know about all of that. And the first thing that I do is I obviously match up all the nails because they do have numbers on the back, so it is very easy to make sure you know that all the nails are the same on each finger. And I will set that aside and then I will start to just glue them on. But before I glue them on, I actually round the bottom of the nail and kind of fit it in with my cuticle, because if you just don't file it down at all on the bottom, it's gonna look awkward and like weirdly squared. So I will just file it, make sure it fits the inside of my nail just right, and then I will glue them down. So the glue that I use, it's literally like I think $1. It is the Beauty Secrets Quick Dry Nail Glue. I have used every freaking nail glue, to be honest. They all work in my opinion the same. I just like this one from Sally's because it's super cheap, and if you get it at like Walmart, it's honestly like $5, which is just not worth it to me at all. Obviously these are not actually acrylic, so they will pop off depending how well you glue them. Now the trick is to make sure you do not have any air bubbles. If you have air bubbles, it will pop off way more faster, and to prevent that, I kind of put it all on my nail. I make sure the entire nail is covered in the glue, and then I press the nail and I hold it there for about 10 seconds. And I also heard that you don't want air bubbles because of bacteria, but honestly they pop off anyways. I think the longest I've ever had them on was like a week before they started to pop off, and then once they pop off I typically will just glue it back on, and I pretty much just do that until they get super gross that I need to do a new set. A bigger nail clipper works best than a smaller one because I could really get the entire nail and clip it off. I don't know if you can see this, let's see. So if you see that right there, that's how much I clip it to. So I will put the nail in like this, and then you can see it just kind of stops it. It won't let me go any farther, and then that's where I will clip it, and from there I will start to file the edges. Now this is really important because you are gonna need 2 nail filers. So I use this one again, it's all from Sally's. This is like a really rough one. Like this is not, I don't think this is made for like actual filing your nails. And then just a regular normal nail filer. So I use the black one first to kind of really get in and file the edges because I don't want them flared out. Again, it's just your kind of preferred shape, but I kind of want to do a little bit more of the coffin. So I will file it as much as I can until it looks like okay, done, because you can go really overboard with the black one. It's really easy to mess up. So once I get it at a good length, I will then do the pink one. This one is much softer on the nails. The black one you can go overboard really fast versus this one you have more control over. That's the word I'm trying to use. You have more control into getting the preferred shape. And then once I get that, it takes a while, you know, to get it all perfect. And then sometimes I will round the tips. This time I decided not to. I kept them a little bit more straighter, but I will say that as the days go on, they do kind of round out by themselves because I think the nail is so cheap that it ends up being a little bit round anyways at the end. The two nail polishes that I use, this one I actually didn't get from Sally's. This is actually the Sally Hansen Extreme Wear in the color Heart of Sass. I believe I got this from Ulta, but I'm sure you can find it anywhere, like Walmart, wherever they sell Sally Hansen. And this is my favorite nail polish ever, like for glitter tips, because it's buildable. You can do a really sheer one, like just one coat you could do honestly over the whole nail, and then kind of do the back and kind of make it mimic that whole gel-like nail, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But for this, I just did the tips. Usually I do 3 times if I want it to be a little bit more darker, but I want it to be a little bit more like sheer this time. So I only did 2 coats of it and it was perfectly fine. You could obviously do any color that you want. I've done a light blue with my nails this way. I've done, I think you could do the classic French manicure. If you want to get a really exact line, I'm not the best to ask for that because honestly I have no idea how you could achieve that. You could honestly maybe use a makeup brush, like a concealer brush like this. I feel like that would work really well. Say you're using black, you know, because obviously the glitter is a lot more forgiving, and then you could use it and, you know, really carve it out and make it all perfect. Last thing that I do is obviously put a top coat on, and this is the Fast Dry top coat in FP. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea where I got this. I wanna say I could have got this actually from Sally's. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this entire video of how I do my nails and how I do like the classic holiday glam. If it's anything, guys, that Tati glitter, like this palette, I don't know, is it still, it might be sold out, but if you can get your hands on this, this is an amazing freaking palette. Like the glitters in here, because at first it didn't really interest me because it just looks like normal colors, but this row right here, and then also even like the sequin one, all these colors are unreal. I am obsessed with this palette, especially for the holidays. Plus it's like really like nice quality, like the packaging also. And yeah, you know, that's it. I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.